Hey everyone, welcome back. And today I'm here at Mike's Camera in Menlo Park to take a look at the Nikon ZR. That's right, I actually have it in my hands and I'm gonna let you know what I think about it. Let's go. Okay. Before I share with you my first impressions of this camera, of course, you can go check out all the specs, what I thought about the release, what specific things I felt that they should not have left out on my channel right now. So go ahead and check it out after you watch this video. In the meantime, if you like this kind of content, make sure you press that like, subscribe, you already know. Now, the Nikon ZR, honestly, the pictures don't do it justice. It feels so much better once I actually have it in my hand. I think that's the biggest difference with my opinion and why it's honestly changing. It does feel really good. It's nice and compact, but yet feels secure in my hands. That's the biggest thing. The pictures don't do it justice. The grip, my fingers actually fit much better when I'm holding this camera. The screen itself, it's a wow. That's all I can really say. 1,000 nits. It really makes a big difference. Out of any other Nikon camera, there has never been a screen this bright and of course this large. At 4 inches, you honestly do not need a field monitor. Now I'm using a 5-inch field monitor right now to make sure I look good for all of you out there. And if I had a camera like this, I may not even need that. So that means you could take this camera and throw it in your bag and literally be able to record high quality video real quick without a monitor, okay? Now, as many of you know, there is a saying that I go by, which is an ounce is a pound. So everything you can leave at home means that you'll have that much more of a lighter and more friendlier carrying rig in your bag. With a larger screen, you have to press 2 buttons to get into the menu. You have to get here and then press here. That is probably the only thing that's slightly slows down the workflow a little bit. You know what? I can get around that, quite honestly, all right? As big as this screen is, I can really get around it. It does have a joystick, which the Nikon Z6 Mark III, as many of you know I already use, has as well, and it feels okay. It doesn't feel bad at all, not at all. It helps me get around the menu system and everything else. I'm more impressed about how bright this screen is, quite honestly. And this is, so if you're vlogging, look how much ground you're gonna be able to cover. No more squinting and hoping that you're in focus or in frame. And it's so bright. It really is. It's fantastic. So just FYI, here is my iPhone 14 Max, and here's a screen. So you could kind of see right there, roughly. The other thing that I really enjoy about this camera is that 32-bit flow audio. That is a game changer. There have been times where I thought I sound good because of the meter, but I was clipping by the time I got to post, which means it was too late and I couldn't really fix it. So shooting at 32-bit flow audio internally is fantastic. Yes, Nikon's gonna have special mics where you can use the hot mic right here and record all that 32-bit flow audio, or if you just happen to have, let's just say, a Rode mic, well, you could plug it into the side here and still be able to enjoy 32-bit flow audio. So that is a game changer. Now, if you forgot all of your mics, guess what? This camera is Nikon's first camera that actually has built-in OZO audio. Now, what that means is it has the ability to record audio from all directions of this camera or just in front, okay? So if you are in a pinch, like myself many times, and you're at, let's say, WPPI, and you have to record yourself, guess what? With the OZO audio, it's going to be able to focus the audio, the noise, and capture the noise in front of the camera, and I can still cue myself very well, frame it up real nice because of this large screen, and then boom, bada bing, there we go. That is a very cool feature for those who do a lot of content creation. And let's be honest, if you're out there and you have a business of your own, content creation is the name of the game. That's the only way you're going to be able to build your brand, and a camera like this is going to help you do just that. Cinematographers out there, here's one thing that I really am excited about this camera. You could actually, okay, give me a second here. All right. Another great thing about this camera is that you are able, let me start that over. I'm sorry, that totally knocked me off. Here's another great feature for us cinematographers out there and content creators, is that you're able to upload 10 LUT presets in here. No worries. Press, yeah, exactly. Press start and stop real quick for me. You know what? Here's a feature I didn't know I needed until it was presented to me. The Nikon ZR has that zoom rocker right here. Now, quite honestly, I didn't think I needed it. But the more video I shoot, I notice that I tend to be shooting events or gigs in general by myself. That means I need to be able to save time when it comes to switching lenses. A zoom rocker is going to allow me to be able to punch in and punch out without having to switch all my lenses all the time and just carry maybe 1 or 2 zooms and I'm good to go. I actually like this. It doesn't feel cheap. That's the thing. It feels really nice and secure. Okay, now let's talk about the most important factor that affects us all, the price, all right? At only $21.99, you simply cannot beat this camera. It's fantastic. You have the largest mount in the industry right now, which is a Z mount. That means you could easily adapt any of your cine lenses or other mirrorless lenses to this camera very easily with just an adapter. And to provide that kind of flexibility means you can get this camera for at its price point at only $21.99 means it's a fantastic A or B camera, quite honestly. I would definitely consider this camera for traveling. The reason why is how compact this entire camera is, means that I'm going to be able to move and groove and travel the way I want without being weighed down. But yet, at the same time, I won't sacrifice in color quality and performance. And honestly, it's definitely a home run for me due to the fact that I'm always looking for ways to be able to do what I do at a higher quality and to not be weighed down. And that's what the Nikon ZR delivers. So in the future, of course, once I'm able to have this in my hands for a week or so, I will bring to you my experience then and share with you the footage. But right now, here at Mike's Camera, they are accepting pre-orders right now. Check them out at mikescamera.com. All right, so it's been a couple days and I really thought about how I wanted to end my video about my hands-on first impressions of the Nikon ZR while visiting the Menlo Park Mike's Camera store. More impressed once I had it in my hands. I think you kind of got that from the video. What I am definitely looking forward to is, one thing is that there are rumors, and it looks like really good rumors, it's very logical rumors quite honestly, that Nikon will be releasing Z Cinema lenses. I'm really looking forward to that and what that may entail, what lens choice they're going to start with, as well as most importantly, the price point. I already know they're going to make fantastic lenses. I'm just wondering how much they are going to be. Although this camera may not have every single cinematic feature we expect as cinematographers, you know what? For this price at $2,200, it packs a big punch. It really does. Now, is it for everybody? Absolutely not. Myself, I want, as many of you know, a more box style kind of a Nikon Z-ish camera, but I could definitely see it in my workflow. I love using the Nikon Z6 Mark III for pretty much all my videos, like this one I'm recording right now, and the ZR I think would be a great B camera to it, quite honestly, in many ways. As long as I'm not recording RED or R3D files, it would be a fantastic B cam. I love how slim it is. I like that I could just throw it in any bag and it'll fit in there and I'm good to go and I'm recording great quality footage. I think for most people, once you get it in your hands, you can automatically start beginning to think about the possibilities of what you could do with this camera. I think this was a very good way to introduce the marriage between Nikon and RED through this camera because of that price point. I think the winning feature is the price point. It's so affordable for what it gives you. Now, let's be honest. This is not going to be the last Nikon/RED camera. It just isn't. At the price point of $2,200 and then the Komodo X being more at $7,000, there's a lot of room to come out with a camera that is more feature-rich, professional cinematographer ready kind of a camera that's a Nikon/RED camera. Now, since I was only able to use a prototype at the Menlo Park Mike's Camera Store, I wasn't able to put in my CF Express Type B card in there. Matter of fact, they left everything out of it because I can't take home the files. So with that said, once I'm able to get one in my hands, of course, I'm gonna go through and take it through its paces and really show you what the footage looks like coming out of a Nikon ZR. I'm sure many reviews have done it. I haven't, so if you're subscribed to me, don't worry, I am on top of it and I will make sure to do that. If you enjoyed my photography and video content, make sure you smash that subscribe. Let me know down below what you think about the Nikon ZR. Do you see it in your camera bag? How do you see it fitting into your workflow? Anyway, I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting and stay creative.